Sex is meant to be enjoyable, fulfilling, and safe for all involved. But that can only happen when there's clear communication and consent. Without consent, sex isn't just unsafe. It's not ethical. Let's talk about why consent is the foundation of healthy intimacy. What is consent, and why it's important? Consent is an enthusiastic, informed, and voluntary agreement between all parties involved in a sexual act. It must be freely given, can be withdrawn at any time, and should always be clear and enthusiastic. How to talk about consent without killing the mood. Talking about consent doesn't ruin the mood. It makes intimacy better. Checking in with your partner can be playful, sexy, and builds trust. Let's bust some common consent myths. Consent is not about silence. It must be clear, enthusiastic, and ongoing. And remember, you can change your mind at any time. Myth, if they didn't say no, it means yes. Fact, consent must be active and enthusiastic. Myth, you can't withdraw consent after you start. Fact, consent is revocable at any time. Myth, drunk or high people can still give consent. Fact, intoxicated individuals cannot legally consent. How consent builds stronger relationships. Consent isn't just about avoiding harm. It builds trust and connection. When partners feel respected and safe, intimacy becomes more enjoyable and fulfilling. What happens if consent is violated? If you or someone you know has experienced a non-consensual encounter, know that you are not alone. Support is available, and you deserve to feel safe and heard. Let's answer the most common concerns about consent and communication. Does consent only apply to sex? No, consent applies to all forms of physical contact and personal space. Can I check consent non-verbally? Body language matters, but verbal confirmation is always best. What if my partner changes their mind? Respect it. Consent can be withdrawn at any time. Final thoughts. Consent is the key to healthy intimacy. Consent isn't just about preventing harm. It is about respect, trust, and better intimacy. Share and subscribe for more relationship and sexual health tips. Visit sexualhood.com for more guides on consent and safe sex.